I'm gonna take a 3-piece with the boss sauce
Picture this.
and some macaroni and cheese.
You just ruined the fucking punchline.
I'm sorry.
Are you drinking paint today, Sam?
I'm drinking paint today.
That's the point.
That's the point, and that's what makes me so fucking mad about this goddamn movie. It's the point.
How do you hate this movie?
I don't think about him in this movie. He doesn't exist, that fuck. That fucking fuck.
I am still here for it.
Your co-host, Mr. Workman, will not be joining us this week, for I have destroyed him for all time.
That's terrible. Can we call it the Foreskin 20 episode?
I'm fucking done.
3 for 3. Now that's really cool.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, everybody. Welcome back to the 3 for 3 podcast. My name is Matthew Patterson. I'm joined by my two balls, Samuel Holler and Jackson Workman.
How's it going?
And we have doing great. I think we're all a little sleepy this holiday season, and rightfully so. But
Got my multiple layers on, and so do you, and looks like you too, Jackson.
We're bundled up.
Yep.
We're snuggled up together like three birds of a feather would be.
We don't flock together though,
Speak for yourself.
as of right now.
I fly out to, just like in one of our movies, I occasionally fly out to Colorado for our, countryside getaways that are none of your business, Sam. But,
right.
Wow. Okay.
You don't know. Yeah, it won't hurt you.
That's good to
Okay.
know.
Yeah, just keep that in mind.
But yes, we have a very special Christmas episode, year 2 of our annual Christmas themed.
A long time
episode.
coming. Can't believe it's
Yeah.
been a year.
It's weird that we're like hitting the second installment of our like holiday like themed specials at this point. Like second Christmas special. That's pretty crazy. Like that's cool that we've made it this long.
Yep. Because I'm very happy my pick was a year in the making because I almost picked it last year and then decided not to. So I'm very.
Which I'm glad because your one from last year was just one of my favorite things I saw all last year. So
I still talk about Black Christmas to people, and they're like, "What's your Christmas movie?" I'm like, "Black Christmas." And they're like,
Yeah.
"What?" Like, yeah.
hell yeah.
I've seen a lot of people talking about the remake lately, and I'm just like, hell yeah.
Which one?
Well, the first remake,
Or is that the
That-
2000?
The one the
the
most
Mary
recent-
Elizabeth Winstead one, which
The most-
we do need an update on Final Destination 3. But
Yes, for the audience, this is a bit of a side tangent, but I am currently watching all of the Final Destination movies for the first time to prepare for the new one. And I'm up to 3. And I gotta say, the first one, I fuck with high key. Loved it, fun time. Definitely certain things in it that don't work here and there, but overall, just a really goddamn fun time. Very creative ideas, all that good stuff. The second one, not as good, but still really goddamn fun. Also, really fuck with that one a lot. Great characters, great setups. The third one, it's kind of starting to come apart at the seams a little bit, but I still had a fun time with it. Like, the only thing I couldn't get over was how goddamn stupid the picture thing was. That was the stupidest fucking... I was like, this is dumb. And I was trying really hard to ignore it, but it was such a crucial plot point that I couldn't. But other than that, like the characters...
all
Mary
downhill
Elizabeth-
from here.
I've said it before on this podcast. I am Darth Vader. I am Anakin Skywalker because I will fucking fight Ewan McGregor. He will not have the high ground with me. For Mary Elizabeth Winstead's heart, I will own it one day. I will have it. I will cherish it.
There.
But that is another day. But yeah, so far I've fucked with all of them to different degrees.
Cool.
The next one is the worst one I've heard, though.
I was
So
gonna say, it's all downhill from here until the new one.
that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Tony Todd was not on the third one, also, except as a voice cameo as the devil.
Say, technically.
So
Yep. Well, yeah. He's
very
about to-
Final Destination miss.
You're right. Don't set your tree on fire now.
I can't make any promises. Death has his own design, you know.
Yes, there we go, Sam. Actor goes up in flames, and we're like, and the bit has gone too far.
Yeah, this is when it happens. This is when it finally happens.
It's worth
Cuts
it,
to
though.
us recording in the morning, and Sam's tree is just burnt to a crisp behind him.
It's like the scene from Christmas Vacation where the fucking tree catches on fire and the cat dies.
Yep.
I rewatched that recently, and Randy Quaid is so fucking gross in that movie.
I haven't seen
that
it in
one.
long.
Vegas Vacation. That's the one I saw. It was in passing. It was on.
I
the
still
TV
haven't seen that
network.
one.
Randy Quaid is gross as fuck in that one.
Noted.
I can see it.
But yeah, so I think we should start. The first movie I think we should start with is none other than Mr. Holler's pick. Yes, vagina. There is a Santa Claus. Okay, sorry.
God damn. All right. Well, as something as the two of you know, well,
That's the porn parody.
Matt,
Yes.
Matt more so than you, Jackson. Oop, I thought my Do Not Disturb was on. All writers, good or bad, at some point in your life, you're going to have a drink in your hand. But are you going to hide it? No. Not if you're Charles Bronson. Not if you're a really great writer. Not if you're going to fucking, even drunk, even as a drunk, be one of the best goddamn writers the newspaper industry has ever had in their lives. And yes, there are a billion adaptations of this story since its spawn in 1897, where a girl named Virginia writes her local newspaper. And she has a very important question, because everyone in her school that is important to her, aka the cool girls who fucking suck, are all like, there ain't no Santa Claus. And she says, yes, there is. And her dad said, this newspaper, if you read it in that newspaper, it's the truth. So no matter what, if it comes in that newspaper, you're going to get your answer. So you decide to write the paper. Is there a Santa Claus? Well, the only person who can actually tell you is Charles Bronson. And I have, much like your pick this week, Matt, yours was a year-long coming. Mine was a deep-rooted year-long coming. Because last year was...
Mine was an Alan coming.
fair. But I'm...
But is he in the movie?
No.
No.
Okay, good. I was like, I know I can't
Well,
see him.
I mean, I was going to say, like...
You
wouldn't
couldn't
know.
see him
You
either
wouldn't
way.
know.
So.
I couldn't see him either way, but I didn't see his name in the credits. Unfortunately, that I can't see.
But the last 2 years of my life before this year were a very big discovery of one of my favorite actors of all time, Charles Bronson. And this whole year, I just wasn't able to watch one, A, because I watched most of them. And so I was like, I don't know what I would want to rewatch. And then I started watching that knockoff dude that looks like him and a bunch of his movies, and that was fun. But I needed a Charles Bronson movie to end my year. And what did I have? A movie I had not seen since probably 6th grade, when I had a teacher put it on at the end of the year. Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. Starring the GOAT, Charles Bronson. Ed Asner is in it too. And we will not talk about the dude who Matt doesn't like in this movie, Richard.
I'm very curious to know if that.
I want to know.
I want to know what the context of that review was.
I do like the dude, but I also agree I don't like his face. So
That's literally his face. It's just.
and neither did that dude in the fucking union who started the fight with him.
Sam, you
Here's
need to
my
take a
three
trip
reasons.
to Walton's Mountain. That's all I'm gonna say.
Here's my 3 reasons for not liking Richard Thomas. Bro has 2 first names. Fuck his parents for not picking one. He only belongs in the It Part 2 miniseries. And then
He is my Bill. I love James McAvoy, but he is my Bill.
And then see the Austin Powers Fred Savage scene. Mole, 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 mole.
Call
That's how I feel watching his face.
Fair. Fair.
Anyways,
But yes.
that's my 3 reasons for hating Richard Thomas. Even though I actually don't hate him, I don't know. I thought it was funny when I was watching this movie. I was like, I fucking hate Richard Thomas.
it was like no stars, no rating, and just the words "I hate Richard Thomas," and I was like,
he gave it a heart. He gave it a
okay.
heart. And I was like, okay.
I just thought it was funny, and I also didn't want to give Barry the lead. So I was like, I have to be like, did he even like the movie? It's like, no.
You took a page out of my book.
Yeah, I did.
I love the
Big as
movie.
possible.
And yes, Virginia, there is a goddamn Santa Claus. And there will be, no matter as many times as you doubt yourself, because Charles Bronson said so. And he is the GOAT. And he is one of the greatest writers to ever exist. And he is a drunk because his wife and child died together. And he makes dreams come true. He makes people's lives. He makes people's I guess lives again, because I was going to say he inspires people to pursue their passions, to say that you can get something and end up getting it. I will fight for this movie, but it's okay if you don't like it.
Santa Claus is in the movie.
Indeed.
It's Ed Asner.
Yes, it is.
He's an elf. Santa Claus and elf.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one thinking it the whole time. I was like, hey, I love that. But Matt, I will let you go first. You can purge yourself of your Richard Thomas hate if you wish.
Yes, I don't know. This movie was interesting to me because, like, I can definitely see seeing this in a classroom for sure. I thought it was funny because it seemed very light at some points, like with the whole, like her wondering if there's a Santa Claus. But then it gets heavy as hell at points with the newspaper stuff, and then
her dad can't get work. They're about to be homeless.
Irish stuff, and I was like, okay, this is actually kind of intense. There's some really good lines. I think one of my favorite lines is when he asks that, like, I can't remember if it was a lady reporter or who exactly, like, what happened to all your friends from high school? And she's like, they got married. And he goes, they showed uncommonly good common sense. I don't know why. I was like, that's a banger line in this movie.
It's a good line, yeah.
And Charles Bronson and Ed Asner's like back and forth is really good. It was a lot more emotional than I thought it was going to be. And yeah, I had a good time with it. It's not like yeah, it's a very what's the word? I don't know. There's a word for what I'm trying to say, but it's a very like not heartwarming movie, but
poignant,
heartwarming, I guess.
I would say poignant. Especially because his wife died right before filming it, and so he was really.
But Charles Bronson's wife died right before filming it.
Yeah.
No way!
So he was really going through those emotions and dealing.
Oh my god! That recontextualizes the whole fucking movie for me. Oh Jesus Christ, that's insane. Wow, I gotta watch it again now, like knowing that. That's fucking nuts. Wow. But yeah, so Sam, I'm picking up on a theme from you this season, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is the third time in a row I'm gonna say these words, which is you just keep picking these little movies that I would never have heard of or seen before in my goddamn life, ever. Again, just like 3 times in a row where I'm like, where the hell did he find this? How does he know this exists? How, like, and so it makes sense that you saw it in class. This does seem like one of those movies you'd see in class. And again, just like the other two, this was lovely, amazing, wonderful. Just I thoroughly loved every second of this, and I'm just like, I think this is just, you said you're on your own 99% run. You're doing a good job. So it's
the TV movie magic.
Yeah, because you also didn't you pick another TV movie this season, or am I crazy?
Maybe.
Leslie
Vernon brings that vibe, but
this was just okay. So I'll just say right off the bat, the thing that took me the most off guard, the script was so good. I'm like, for a TV movie to have this goddamn banger of a script, and just like so many good lines, so many amazing lines, so many great characters, so like the performances were all great. Richard Thomas I thought was fantastic, and Ed Asner was just, as usual, perfect in his part. Basically just playing Lou Grant but in a Christmas movie, which is hilarious to me.
Andrew J. Finady wrote it.
Finady. Whoever played the fucking wife was amazing. And the lady reporter. All fantastic actors. But Sam, I'm gonna take the baton from you there, and I'm gonna fucking sprint with it. Charles goddamn Bronson is the baddest motherfucker to ever goddamn live. Just like you, in the last couple of years, I've seen quite a few of his movies. He's become one of my favorite actors. Goddamn, I love him so much. He was fucking amazing in this. I mean, just like, bro literally gave just like a god tier performance in a fucking TV Christmas movie, and he didn't have to. He could have phoned it in, but he was like, nope, I'm gonna give it my fucking 110%. And knowing that his wife was dead in real life makes that make more sense. Because that pain felt real. It looked real. Holy shit, like, the man was aching, and I could just see it, and I could feel it, and it was amazing. And it got through to me. Everything in this movie, whether it's that, whether it's Richard Thomas being out of work, whether it's just the general struggles that the family's going through, whether it's the daughter being like, is there a Santa Claus? All of it just... And the lady reporter trying to, stick up for Charles Bronson and being inspired by him. Every single character's story. Even the smaller characters, like the Jewish lady in the apartment. Like, that moment of her bringing them the brisket was one of the sweetest moments in the movie. I was like, every single second
Even
of
though he
this
did say
had, like,
feed the cat the brisket later, he was like, I don't want to eat that shit.
But I love it. I'm like, every character, every scene has so much heart and purpose and warmth, and is so well written. And before I finish with my off-the-top thoughts, I will just say, one of the most fucking badass things I have ever seen, and of course, Charles Bronson was the one who did it, because who the fuck else would do something this badass? When he's arguing with that dickhead in the bar, and he says like, oh, don't you even think about hitting me. I've done a bit of boxing myself. I was on the boxing team at Yale. And then Charles Bronson just knocks his ass out with one punch and says, yeah, I did a little bit of boxing too on the streets of Hell's Kitchen, and just walks out the door. I was like, that was the most fucking, like, not only knocked him out, but just said like, oh, you prissy little fuck, you studied at Yale? Yeah, I learned this shit on the streets. Get the fuck out of here, It was like, amazing. That was maybe my favorite scene in the movie. I don't know. It was up there. And Optimus Prime needs to stop harassing people. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah.
Was that the voice of Optimus Prime?
No, but the dickhead on the dock who's trying to get them fired
Fired.
is the voice of Optimus Prime. One of the voices of Optimus Prime.
That's funny.
Charles
one of my
Bronson
lines
was so badass.
Yeah. One of the lines that always got me was the kid, like the young reporter, being like, you gotta watch that sings. I'm gonna get one of those one day, a real humdinger.
Yeah, humdinger. I've been saying humdinger a lot since I watched this movie.
And then later Charles Bronson finishes the sentence. It's like, it's a real humdinger. Yeah, I know.
And then he was going to kill himself, so he was going to give him the watch, but then ends up giving him... You see when he gives him the present, and it's a different watch than his own, and he has it. You see the chain in his pocket, and I'm just like, you have the will to live again. And it's so rewarding. I think everything pays off. I think, especially
I think one person in each movie actually tries to kill themselves.
Wow. Yeah.
Because in The Holiday, Kate Winslet for a second.
Yeah.
And then in Surviving Christmas, the old lady in the very beginning.
You're right. Oh my god. Yeah, I was like, who did it in Surviving Christmas? But yeah. Oh wow. What a lovely holiday theme.
Yeah. I mean, Yuletide's a bitch, but we'll get into that later.
But
or whatever
yeah,
he says.
I gotta say too, I can't remember which one you said. I think it was Matt. I agree that the dynamic between Charles Bronson and Ed Asner was a highlight of the movie. That scene where Ed Asner comes over to his apartment and stops him from killing himself was like one of my favorite scenes in the movie, because again, he doesn't, like all his scenes in the movie, doesn't overplay it, just is very understated, and just you can tell he knows what's going on, and just he's so casually just leans down and starts the fire and is
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say both him and Kate Winslet used the same method to kill themselves as well.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, I forgot she did. Yeah, that's right.
That's an illusion.
That's crazy. I watched both of these last night back to back and didn't make that connection.
It was a fitting double feature.
But yeah, holidays can be lonely, folks, but it's gonna get
You got 3 for 3 to get you through it.
That's right. 3 for 3.
Kill yourself after you listen to the podcast.
We're gonna get sued now.
That's okay.
But, yeah,
It'll be our Christmas miracle to make
we are.
headline news,
But
much
yeah,
like Virginia.
genuinely, like the like, because Matt, you also made a very good point. This movie, I was like, okay, this is a TV movie. It's a sweet movie about a little girl who writes about Santa Claus to a newspaper. I was like, oh, this is going to be like very, cutesy, sort of like sweet and everything, which it was. But then, yeah, there were parts where I was like, God damn, like they're getting, like heavy for a fucking TV Christmas movie. Like, and Sam, Mr. Holler, I'm detecting that somebody has a little bit of anti-Irish prejudice because this is the second movie this season where somebody, and our Irish viewers will have to pardon me, where somebody gets called a Mick on the show. Both of them were yours. So, and it happens a lot in this one.
Let's just say in my St. Patrick's episode, there will be mix.
Oh boy. But no, because like scenes of like genuine like bigotry like that, like the scene on the dock, and like hardcore scenes like where he's reading the newspaper to the family, like, yes, there's no profit in all of the American people like coming together. I was like, shit, this is like heavy for a goddamn like TV Christmas movie. And that was one of the things. And Charles Bronson like almost killing himself and everything. It really took me off guard. I was like, good for this movie for being like, we can be both. We can be like a, just because we're a TV Christmas movie doesn't mean we got to dumb shit down. We can still like have a really good story and really good, themes and everything. And yeah, the whole thing really was just such a lovely, Sam, I was going to ask, where the hell did you hear about this? But it makes so much sense that it was like it seems very much like a middle school. They put this on in class during Christmas time type thing.
Considering how much he drinks and stuff, but like also his privacy, like he couldn't drink in front of, it opens with the grave, but he couldn't drink in front of them, so he turns around and takes the swig and then turns back. It's like there's so much depth to like real life shit going on. I can't believe they showed it to people that young, but it went on.
I'm assuming your teacher probably saw it as a kid too, or like when they were relatively young, I would assume. And so they were like,
1991 is when this thing came out, so
they probably didn't see an issue with it. Like, well, I saw one as a kid.
And I just have to say, the little girl who plays Virginia, I looked this up afterwards. She was in Tron Ares this year, which I cannot believe, in like a very small part. But I looked it up and I found a picture of her in the movie because I didn't remember who she was. And I was like, I'll be goddamn, Virginia is in Tron. That's fucking crazy.
Especially still acting is crazy.
I know.
Awesome.
And
like she's been in quite a few things.
Crazy.
So apparently she's done a lot of horror movies. So yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool as well. And,
yes, Virginia, there is a Krampus.
That's the sequel I want. Let's fucking go. Oh my god. But,
damn, how do you have two really good goddamn titles that also change different words, you fuck?
Yep. He's on a roll. Yeah,
because he knows there is a Santa Claus. So
he does. Even though he's the only one not wearing a Santa hat.
Indeed. But also, fuck Hans Zimmer. I'm really upset about Hans Zimmer this episode, and we're gonna start that.
What did he do?
Oh,
he wrote my life, the life I want.
Okay.
I was about to say, Sam, I was about to fight you.
No, it wasn't in bad.
He said something problematic, and that was my worry. I was like, oh shit, did he do something wrong?
No.
In Hans We Trust.
Composed the holiday and lived vicariously through Jack Black, who lived vicariously through me, who lived also vicariously through my future. Oh,
you know what, Sam? Actually, I think I might piggyback off of what you're going to say in my own special way. Now that you put it that way, but yeah. So we'll get to that one. But
okay.
Yeah, I genuinely can't say enough about genuinely how touching and heartwarming and just wonderful this was, and just how much, again, I just appreciated every aspect of it, and them really showing, because it's Christmas time, and things can get a bit hectic and a bit stressful on myself. I'm running on very little sleep right now. I've been very, very busy the last 2 days. And so watching something like this that reminds you, what it's all about and everything, just puts you in the spirit, which I think, doing our Christmas episode was going to help with that anyway. But something like this where you just see like, oh, these characters are like living in poverty and everything, and they're still able to like enjoy the holiday season for what it is and are able to come together as a family. And one of the best lines in the movie is when Virginia says like, I'm sorry I didn't get, she gets her dad the newspaper and she says to the mom like, I'm sorry I didn't get you anything, and she says, you being my daughter is enough of a gift. I was like, god damn, like that's what I'm talking about right there.
The whole storyline of her like trying to get her dad the day's newspaper so he could get the job was so touching, and how
Sweet.
she wanted him to do it. And the whole movie really made me wish it was snowing here. Like, it just looked nice.
Yeah.
Wonderful
and also,
cinematography for a TV movie too. I think really well shot and depicted a lot of stuff going on.
shout out to the director Charles Jarrett.
Mm-hmm.
He did a good job. Good music too. The music that was playing at like at the Christmas festival in the park
Nightmare
was
on Elm Street
for a good minute. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the guy that did Nightmare on Elm Street score. So
also
named Charles.
That's wild. But any final thoughts on Yes, Virginia?
It's just so heartwarming. It takes you into these people's lives, and I think it's something that you just kind of you're not ready for. But then it also just presents it in such an honest way that I think you attach slowly to every single person and what they're wanting, what they need, what they're trying to do, their lives, and it's just awesome how it all kind of comes together. And I'm glad y'all liked it. So,
Yeah, it's everything that you could ask for. It's heartwarming. It's well written. It's well made. It's just God, Charles Bronson just being his badass motherfucking self, and it's just very relatable in a lot of ways. Like when Charles Bronson is talking about fucking, it took me it took me a lot longer than most people to finally find someone I wanted to marry. And then once I did, we were only married for 3 years, and then I lost her. Like, what the fuck kind of bullshit is that? I was like, damn, that hit, and just all kinds of stuff. It's
the way
everything
the way he hid the flask or the bottle in his thing under the papers and everything, and then Ed Asner opening it and being like, oh, like he's doing his thing.
Yeah, and yeah, just every character is, on some level, just very like real and deep, and just you see their humanity, and that's just cool. So I'm glad you picked it, Sam.
Me too. It was fitting. It was very much what I needed. So.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, if that is all on Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus, which we have confirmed there is a Santa Claus. I think that we should move on to the next pick, which I'm going to go ahead and choose mine, which is none other than Surviving Christmas, starring Ben Affleck. Huh?
Are we going to survive Christmas this year?
Yes. Okay, everyone, picture this. You are Ben Affleck. You are the man as far as advertising goes. You're selling spiked eggnog. Which damn, I would love to spike. Yep. And you're alone on Christmas because your girlfriend wants to go to Fiji or some shit. You don't really want to go.
You want to go to Fiji. She doesn't.
She doesn't want. She wants to go to her family, but you don't have a family because you're a piece of shit. And I'm just kidding.
That's not why he doesn't.
Sorry. I'm joking.
You made Jackson freeze because he got so shocked.
That's not why he doesn't have a family. But
I'm just fucking around. Yeah, he doesn't have a family because I'm pretty sure they're dead. And anyways, you're alone. So what do? You bug the shit out of everyone you know to let them stay with you on Christmas, and nobody likes you enough to let them stay with you. So what do? You bug your therapist, played by Stephen Root, Shout
His
out
girlfriend's therapist.
his girlfriend's therapist, who tells him to write down your grievances and burn them in front of your childhood home. And that's what he does. But guess who lives there now? James Gandolfini and his family, and his wife Catherine O'Hara,
Witness
and his
protection.
son, Brian. Yep, witness protection. Tony Soprano.
James Gandolfini, he woke up this morning and he got himself a gun. Will he shoot Ben Affleck with it? Gotta watch to find out.
Gotta watch to find out.
Go get the shovel. But yeah, and then you get the bright idea after he hits you with a shovel and drags you inside that you want to pay them 250 grand to sleep at the house or to stay with them, and literally they be your family. And that is what the movie is. You get him just imposing his every will and fiber of his being onto them, holding money over their head, and he gets caught up in their emotions and all that stuff. And they double down on the zaniness until Christina Applegate comes back, and you find out you got a hot sister.
So he gets caught up in the daughter.
Excuse you, you have a hot maid named Consuelo.
Yes. And yeah, and you end up actually falling for somebody, and then lo and behold, your girlfriend comes to visit because she realizes you have a family, or so she thinks. And yeah, again, zaniness and craziness ensues, and you may or may not bring the family back together, and also fall in love and deal with that childhood trauma.
Yeah,
but I forgive you.
Forgive you for picking this movie, Matt.
No, I love this movie. Mike Mitchell directed it. I didn't realize he directed it. Sky High, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Second Mike Mitchell movie we've had on the podcast. This movie is just so weird because, like, on paper, I think it should be really bad, and there is some issues with it. But honestly, I laugh a lot every time I watch it. Ben Affleck's character is just so crazy, but he has some of the best lines. Like, and he's like, "Did you just eat my salami?" He's like, "Oh man, I know it's not breakfast food, but it was looking good in the fridge, so I had to dog some." Like, what? Or then
you didn't want some, did you?
Yeah. What's the one? Who's the guy from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody? Who's the
Phil Lewis, Mr. Mosby, yeah.
When he's like, "And Yuletide glee." Like, the way he says that is just so great. Catherine O'Hara, I mean, all of them have like great lines. Like James Gandolfini, but he's like calls him doo doo, and like, Bill Macy's like doodah, and he's like, "Nobody's talking to you." Bill Macy, who's also in The Holiday, by the way.
Yes, weird as fuck.
Yep. And yeah, and then in the opening credits, we have none other than Tom Kenny trying to wrap a present,
who was also in Sky High.
Yep. And so, fun movie, fun cameos. Udo Kier's also in it, but it's, I don't know.
Rip.
Rip. It's crazy, but I have a good time. Literally, fucker. This is the first time I've realized he roasts chestnuts over an open fire, like literally. I'm like, this is how you know he never had a family. It's like nobody does that shit, bro. But anyways, I'll open it up to the floor and see what you guys thought about the movie.
Sam,
I really enjoyed it. It's Matt showed it to me, I think, a few years ago, and I had an absolute blast with it then. Definitely has its problems, and I think this time watching it, it's a lot more cracked out than I really even expected, because so much crazy shit goes down from like the sexy photo shoot being used what it's for, to the Duda's understudy being black and them having
old unexplained grandpas or something.
He was like, "We don't leave Duda out on the front porch, like let him in," and I'm just like, "Oh," and he's like, "It's Duda's understudy," and it's so fucking what goes on with that. And
I hate to drink liquor you're gonna need.
It just keeps going. Like, they're making out on the steps, and his now ex-girlfriend family pulls up, and they're just like, "It's even worse than we thought," and then just keep going. It's fun. I really, really enjoy this movie, and it's crazy as fuck. But it hits every beat that you need for a Christmas kind of comedy, with problems and with the family having actual issues that they end up overcoming, and the fucking force of nature that comes into their lives is like a positive thing, much like a Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Like you just have this fucking thing that catapults you into something so just wild that it's a good joy. So great soundtrack.
Yep. So I'll say this as far as the soundtrack goes. One of the few Christmas films that uses Feliz Navidad in like a big way like that, and I feel like that needs to be done more. I'll say that much.
Yeah, really enjoyed it. Enjoyed that.
So, boys, you ready for this one?
Wait. I'm not.
You
Give me
buckled
a
in?
second. Give me a second.
And
I gotta make sure I'm.
Hey, there
golly,
you
you're
go.
festive.
Those are fucking lit. I want those. So, yeah, Matt told us a week or so ago that this was going to be his Christmas pick. And for understandable reasons, I could not have been more mortified and just like, God damn it, is he trying to just pick something he knows I'm going to hate? Is this their Christmas present to themselves? It's just making me mad. Like, fucking hell. Like, I've never heard a single good thing about this movie. I've heard nothing but god-awful things about it. So I was like, okay, just hoping he would change it at the last minute. But alas, that moment did not come. And so then this is where the story gets even funnier. I have had to cram for this episode more than I ever have, probably. It's up there. Like, it's a Christmas miracle I got these done in time. I fucking double featured the other two last night. Had to get up really early this morning and watch this one. Was running on no sleep, was irritable, was like, God damn it, I have to fucking watch Surviving Christmas and then going to work right afterwards.
Are you going to survive?
Damn it. Like, and you want to know, boys? You want to know something? I fuck with this movie, high key. I'm not even going to lie.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I had a fucking fun time with it. Is it a perfect movie? Absolutely goddamn not. But I had a blast with it from start to finish. So,
That's awesome.
I was laughing a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I was laughing a lot during the movie.
I want to punch Ben Affleck's teeth so bad.
Say what?
I want to punch Ben Affleck's fucking pearly whites so bad in this movie because you see it so often.
I know his mouth is so fucking wide open, and you see his gums like in every shot. But yeah, like I don't know. I was having a fun time with it. I was fucking with it. It definitely had some issues, but like for the most part, man, it was pretty fun. It was a fun premise. I think the actors all were doing a really good job. I think there were genuinely a lot of really funny lines and scenarios. You already mentioned a couple of them. When the black dude came in at the end as the understudy, I lost my goddamn mind. Like every scene he was in was fucking killing me. The stuff earlier with Christina Applegate doing the porn shoot and like her showing up on the son's computer was fucking hilarious. And just so many other scenes where I'm just like, God damn, this is actually really funny. And him fucking trying to get him to wear the hat in the car. And Matt, to your point, your review, like I took that as a joke when I read it about it being like, this is Tony Soprano, witness protection. I'm like, oh, haha, yeah, it's James Gandolfini. But then I was watching the movie and I'm like, no, actually that like 100% tracks. Like this actually, I was literally picturing that in my head the whole time. I'm like, yep, this is because like literally if you just recast the family, they all fit. Like, everything is the same. And this is where that gets even crazier. Because that would mean Christina Applegate is Meadow, and she and Jamie Lynn Sigler host a podcast together because they both have MS. And so I'm just like, holy shit, like, the connections there are actually fucking nuts. Like,
I didn't know they hosted a podcast. That is crazy.
Yeah. And it's like about helping people deal with MS and shit, since they both have it. So, yeah, I was like, that is a genuinely fucking crazy way to look at this. But, yeah, so that's my headcanon for sure. But, yeah, and then just genuinely, oh my God, one of the things that threw me for the biggest loop at the end was I didn't see this coming, the fact that apparently, like, they, at the end, the tables turn, like, he wants to leave and they're forcing him to stay and extorting him for more money and shit. I was like, oh my God, it just got, like, funny in a whole different way now. I love this. Like, the whole thing, I don't know. Like, there were definitely things in it where I'm like, I don't know about, like, if that makes sense, but there was never a point where I was, like, mad or annoyed at it at all. Like, I was having fun with it the whole way through, enjoying it for what it was. The fact that this has an 8% on Rotten Tomatoes is fucking crazy. That is genuinely nuts. I don't think if you want to say this is a bad movie, then okay, I'm not gonna like. take it like personally or anything. If you don't like it, whatever. But 8% on Rotten Tomatoes, come on.
It's really low on IMDb too, which I'm like, this is like not that low. It's like maybe in the sixes. I think it's like is it on this.
It's a 5.5.
Yeah, that's way too much.
Yeah, I agree.
And yeah, because I did look. A lot of people hated the movie when it came out. Didn't do well.
Bombed.
But I feel like it kind of grew. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know if it's grown on everyone, but I've always enjoyed it. And it's funny because seeing this as a kid too, you get the jokes, but then you get older and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
The daughter, Stephen Root's daughter, having to put the puppy stuffed animal in the thing, and then him just dealing with
her crawling
situation.
through the scanner and him going in was fucking hilarious.
A second time we've seen a airport scanner on this season as well.
Ah, yes, very true. But yeah, I also got to say, James Gandolfini was, as usual, my favorite part. But Catherine O'Hara, you ready, boys? We're gonna add another one to the list. She was fucking doing it for me in this one. I'm just gonna say that. In every scene, no matter her look, no matter her whatever, she was doing it for me in this movie. I remember
I get why Ben Affleck wrote in the script the whole mother sleeping with the son thing, because he was like, "Oh shit, okay."
Sam,
never mind, that wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah.
Sam, to your point, the movie is cracked out the ass. Like, I can't, like, just moments like that just come out of nowhere where you're just like, what the fuck? It's so, and I read apparently they didn't have a script for this at all. They improvised the whole movie pretty much, is what I read. And like the day of the scene, they would just make up what they were gonna do and just shoot that, which is why Which is why certain things kind of don't track at certain parts, because there's never really a point where he fucking like makes up with them. Like, they just make up and there's no moment where it happens, and I'm just like, yeah, that kind of tracks. They didn't really have a script. And again, there are little things like that in the movie that I'm like, okay, that's a problem, but it didn't really like bother me, you know?
Yeah. No, I don't know. This, like, I was always waiting for the time that I saw this, and I was like, yeah, this really isn't that great. But so far, I haven't had that moment, because it's just, again, like, yeah, it's cracked out. And then I feel like there's so many small little things that just add up, and it's like literally one after the other. You're like, they can't make something funnier than that, and they do. And it's like, it can't get crazier than that, and it does.
One of my favorite lines, genuinely, there are some really goddamn funny lines in this movie. When it's the first scene with James Gandolfini and Catherine O'Hara, where the kid's up in his room on the computer, and he says something like, "Oh yeah," she's like, "Oh, I told you you shouldn't have put the computer in his room. He's not going to study." He's like, "Yeah, no, I can't remember what she says, but he's like, believe me, he's not studying on that thing. If you could make money doing on a computer what he's doing, I'd have been a millionaire by the time I was 17.
Yeah, that made me laugh really hard.
Genuinely fucking hilarious line.
And then the one where he kicks him out into the garage, and he's like, "But my computer's not in there." And he just goes, "Use your imagination."
Yeah.
Another movie in this thing where someone ends up at the end kind of going to a show by the older character with an audience.
Very true.
Watching them as well. So,
very true.
Multiple parallels. But it was great to have another adaptation of A Christmas Carol in my belt, because last Christmas I tried to watch as many as possible, and I watched probably like 10 or 15 adaptations. And
this year we're all gonna watch the porn one from the Chair Company.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's the one that matters the most. So
indeed,
of course.
Oh man, but yeah,
Ben Affleck's crazy as fuck too. Like, that man's eyes, like, he's just like.
It felt like he had walked out of a Kevin Smith movie and onto this set, like, immediately, because, like, the way he was at, honestly, maybe Jersey Girl or something like that.
Literally,
the way he was acting was like,
shit,
very, like, a Kevin Smith character almost.
Well, funny story about this movie, not only did it absolutely bomb at the box office, but basically the entire production history of it was, like, fucked. Like, they shot it, and they were supposed to release it in Christmas of 2003, but there was another movie, I can't remember what it was. It may have been Christmas with the Cranks, I can't remember. There was some other Christmas movie that it was going to be competing with, and they didn't want it to compete with that. So they shelved it. They waited until a whole year later to release it, and by that point, they just were like, we're not really going to market this thing. It isn't testing well. We're just going to dump it. And so,
Matt's
yeah.
right, because 2003 he had Daredevil, Geely, and Paycheck, and if they filmed it then, he went to Jersey Girl right after, and then this came out right after Jersey Girl. So
Yeah. And I will just say, Sam, that's a perfect setup for the next thing I was going to say. It is a miracle, a fucking miracle, a Christmas miracle, if you will, that Ben Affleck survived this stage of his career, that he had a career after this stage, because the run that he was on from about the late, like, the amount of just shitty, I mean, Armageddon, Pearl Harbor, Daredevil, G. Lee, Paycheck, Reindeer Games, this, just the amount of just bombs that he was in the span of like 5 or 6 years is just kind of legendary, if we're being honest. Whether you enjoy
it's
some
like
of those
Good Will
movies,
Hunting, my friend.
It was
yeah.
the
Whereas,
town that
like,
took him back out. I think.
so what?
I think it was the town that put him back on top.
Yeah, Gone Baby Gone. It was when he became a
Not
director.
very true, yeah.
It was when he became a director is when he turned himself around. And then, yeah, he's doing very well now. But yeah, it's I always look back at this period of his career and I'm like, it's amazing his career survived this fucking time period. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's still great in this though.
He is.
He
Yeah,
did
he's
his
great.
all.
One of the other jokes that I just want to put out there that I did not realize, I didn't find as funny until this time was when they're up on top of the hill and they're like, "This is fun," and Brian goes in a Sonny Bono kind of way. I had to look up how Sonny Bono died, and it was a skiing accident. And I was like, "Oh fuck,
Oh,
yeah,
that's fucking hilarious.
He's like, I'll see you back at the chopper.
yep."
Wow.
Oh man, and then I love it, like, because like it's one of those movies where you're like, he's like, "We're gonna risk paralysis or die trying," and you're like, "They're not gonna do what I think they're about to do," and they just cut to them in a helicopter, and you're like, "Yep."
One of the most insane scenes, I literally sat here and went, holy shit, out loud, was when the girlfriend and her parents are leaving and the mom's like, this is the most improper, awful, and the dad is just like, oh, shut the fuck up, like, you and your high and mighty shit, you weren't so high and mighty when you got so-and-so knocked up and I was the one who adopted her. That whole scene, I was like, what the fuck? Just came so out of nowhere, you know? I was
It
like,
finally needed to happen.
mm-hmm.
And then that's, I think, where the understudy says Yuletide's a bitch or something like that. And I was just like, yes.
No, he said, one of my favorite lines was on his way out the door. I feel bad drinking liquor y'all are going to need later. I was like, God damn, like a small character, but every scene he had, every line he had was hilarious.
And then seeing him again at the Scrooge show when he's like in the audience, and I'm just like, yeah.
Yep. And then my thing is when Doodah sees the Catherine O'Hara's like nudes and stuff, and he's like, "Can you print that for me?"
And when he's looking up, when he's helping the kid look it up on the computer, he's like, there we go, middle-aged hotties, old enough to know how to do it, young enough to still want it. I was just like, this movie is fucking bonkers. Like, what are these lines? So much insanity.
But it's crazy to hear that they improvised a lot because so much wild stuff's going on and they're just riffing off of each other. And then I guess so, and it works.
The scene in the car with when Catherine O'Hara is like screaming and she's like, "Be careful, you're gonna kill your mother," and he's like, "Good improv, mom."
Yeah. Yeah.
She killed it for sure.
Yep.
Catherine O'Hara was, along with Gandolfini, was my favorite part. I mean, she just was. She's someone who just like literally is just good in everything and is just one of the greatest like comedic actors ever. But like, I don't know, something about me watching her in this, and it's funny because I don't think anyone would say this about her in this movie specifically. But I was just like, God damn, you're such a legend. You are so goddamn funny. Just seeing you just give it your all in this, I'm like, I don't know, she's goated.
Down to the scene where the son sees it, throws his computer, and she just like, you see the emotional struggle she's going through when she just turns and goes upstairs and is just like, I can't do this.
Yeah, him destroying the computer was fucking hilarious as well. Some things just can't be unseen.
He was really funny. I can't remember. I don't know. I gotta look his name up real quick.
Brian's the character, but
Yeah.
Josh Sepperman.
Josh Duck. Yeah, he was really funny.
Who was in Oppenheimer?
Yes.
Oh shit.
So
As one of the scientists, if I remember right.
Oh yeah. Still getting work to this day.
Yeah.
But
All the kid actors in all our movies are still working today, so that's good.
and one last thing I'll say is I noticed this time, every time somebody goes down the stairs, they do hit the squeaky stair. They kept that in there. Like I noticed Christina Applegate hit it like one time, just randomly. They didn't bring it up. She just like stepped on it and went squeak. And I was like,
I didn't even notice that. That's good. I love that attention to detail.
yeah. And I like honestly, I'd never really paid attention after he's, because I know he does the whole this is the squeaky stair, but like after that, I did not pay attention to it whatsoever. But
It's
yeah,
funny. It's funny too because I feel like there was a point in like the middle of the movie where Ben Affleck was genuine. His character was getting on my fucking nerves, which he's supposed to. But I was just like, God damn, this fucking guy! Like Jesus Christ,
he needed
They
it
did a good
perfect.
job of making him obnoxious. And making you just like feel for the fucking family. But it's funny because part of me can't help but wonder if like because there were two. I know there wasn't much of a script, but like there are two writing teams credited for the movie. And there's part of me that can't help but wonder if like maybe this was originally supposed to be like a way more kind of I don't know like cable guy type like kind of darker cynical more kind of movie and then the studio or whoever were just like no we want this to be kind of more of like a fun Christmas comedy so let's because it almost seemed like at one point it was going to be maybe like more like Ben Affleck just fucking with the family and just being kind of crazy and then they kind of wrote in the more heartwarming stuff later with Christina Applegate and everything. I don't know, it's just a hunch. But because that was this is a longer story for another day, but that was what happened with Elf as well, which came out around the same time. So I'm just like, and Jon Favreau apparently turned this down to do that. So
Oh wow.
thank
we
God.
got all kinds of connections.
Yeah. And then yeah,
Another
I don't
movie
know.
as well that you kind of really get to know the town just from like their experiences and what's going on, much like Yes, Virginia.
It looks exactly like the house from Home Alone to me.
Mm.
And
It did, yeah,
yeah.
Mom,
Yeah.
yep, yeah. And I was gonna say a good movie that starts with or it was a good Christmas movie because it started with a good opening montage that had nothing to do with anything in the movie at all. Like just people getting ready for Christmas and shit.
Yeah.
But I did not mind it. Like the one dude throwing like his like he's throwing the money and then he just throws the whole wallet in, takes his watch off, throws that into the Salvation Army. The guy's just ringing the bell at him. Just shit like that. And then as we mentioned earlier, the old lady just sticking her fucking head in the oven. It's like
Yeah, that was crazy.
it's like that's the makers of the movie after getting it done. We're just like, all right, now we're done. Fucking head in the oven. But yeah, no, I don't know. I'm glad you liked it, Jackson, because that was I was on the fence. I was like, Jackson could like this movie.
I'll give you, I'll say this. You have a way where, it's happened more than a few times at this point, where you pick something that, like, I'm convinced I'm going to hate. And then somehow I end up fucking with it. And I'm just like, okay, so he knows, he's at least somewhat tapped into my wavelength. He knows how to pick the right ones. So,
And so far, I'll say for most of those, I've already seen them before. And I'd say the other way, like most of the time, they're also childhood like things. So I'm like, I know for a fact this is a good movie. It's not like I haven't seen it and I'm like not sure.
yeah.
Like,
This is up there with The Longest Yard as like one of the biggest surprises. I cannot tell you how convinced I was going to hate this movie. I mean, I've literally only heard terrible things about it. So I was very, very surprised when I ended up fucking with it as much as I did. And especially this morning, I was so goddamn tired and just was not in the mood. And it got me in the mood. I was like, all right, I'm in the Christmas spirit now. This is a lot of fun,
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
I just think it's hilarious that like a week after we shit all over an Andrei Tarkovsky movie, we're all talking about how great, Surviving Christmas was. The cinephile community loves us, I'm sure.
The Redditors are not going to appreciate it.
No.
You
I would
gotta
also
put in
like
the
to point
Surviving
out-
Christmas subreddit though.
Yes, that's where we need to go
If there
to.
is one.
I would like to point out that at this moment of this recording, Mirror is the top voted one in the poll.
Really?
For that episode, so and we all just kind of shit on it, so
Damn,
we'll see
That
how
is
that
funny.
goes. But
that's funny.
yeah,
But I really enjoyed Surviving Christmas. I saw it when Matt and I watched it, and then I think I watched it last year a little bit, but I definitely wasn't paying attention. And this time there was so much going on that I was like, oh, okay. It's hard to follow, but I'm here for it, and I'm going full send. And like when they get sick together, that was a fun scene, having them both sneeze into the tissues together and all that kind of stuff. And they really build like some of these relationships between people, and so I mean it's part of the story, but like her like being upset with him because he's pushing things too far like is a very justifiable kind of like reason to be upset, and so it like handles that pretty well.
Well,
And
that was one of the problems I had too with it, I guess, before as well. She just kind of turns around and comes right back. It was like, well, you're just that way. And it's like, I was waiting. There could have been a deleted scene where maybe she like saw something on, somewhere and was like, then real had that epiphany.
it was satisfying having her throw her Christmas present right at his head, though.
That was kind of like the only major thing that I thought was like a major problem for me was the turnarounds that everybody was having were really quick. But then it just kind of became funny to me towards the end how much she kept flip flopping, and that almost became like yet another source of comedy. Because it's like, oh, I hate you, oh, and then I like you because we snowboarded, and then I hate you because of the thing you did in the park. And then I like you again, and now I hate you, and I'm trying to ruin, the thing with your girlfriend. And by the time we got to that point, I was like, I get what we're doing now. This is just funny how many times she's like, just fucking with him, and then liking him, and then fucking with him, and the whole part of her fucking with him at the end, was just great. So,
Hell yeah.
yeah, fun time.
Yeah, I'm glad you
I'm glad,
brought that.
glad- Thanks. I'm glad we had a good time with it. I'm glad we finally got to put it out there too that it's a good movie. We can rewrite history a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let everyone know to watch it, especially if you're a Sopranos fan. You will have a good time. I guarantee you.
Because I'm serious, that is my headcanon for this movie. This is Tony Soprano and the Witness Protection.
Well, especially because the fucking salami is basically Gabagool at that point. In the way he's like so mad about it, he's literally so pissed that he has to go buy more.
He's depressed. He's living in Chicago. He's not with his Jersey crew anymore. He's just like miserable, but he's trying to make it work. And he's
I
married.
love
to
how
a
fun he has when he
babe.
throws the ice ball at him, too, and he's just like, Ben Affleck's like, we said no ice, and he wasn't there for that, but okay.
I love the part at the end where he goes to his house and he's like, "Hey, are you gonna hit me? No. Are you gonna do something else to me that might hurt me in some way?"
And then showing the difference of like you're telling me that you chose not to spend Christmas in a place like this because like he just doesn't have that kind of access to. He's a hardworking man and all that kind of stuff, and that was really nice, like touch on everything and seeing how each perspective kind of viewed each other and got to know each other more. So
Yeah, it was cool.
Hell yeah.
we survived Christmas, or
We
will
survived
we?
Did survive
yeah.
Christmas.
Or will we? Because
Or we're gonna survive the holiday is the question. Which is gonna be coming up next, right after this commercial break.
Stay tuned, everybody. A word from our sponsor, Voodoo Ranger.
I got rid of my drink. I had
I have the Sycamore cup. I forgot.
Oh god! Oh god!
Oh, not a good one to have right now.
I'm covering it like this.
Just
Voodoo
an
Rangers
average
in the
glass.
We're gonna have to go in and blur every shot when the name is C.
Yes. So now we are moving on to our final pick of the episode. None other than Mr. Jackson Workman's pick, The Holiday. Take it away, my good sir.
Oh, yes. The now beloved, or was it always beloved, 2006 classic, now considered a classic, holiday film, The Holiday. So, if you can, ladies and gentlemen, what I want you to do is, of course, picture this. You're Cameron Diaz, returning to the podcast yet again, just a couple weeks after The Mask. And, well, you're in a tough spot. See, you're a movie trailer editor, and, you're with who? Well, Mr. Edward Burns, of course. Shout out to Edward Burns, underrated actor, doesn't show up in enough stuff. But he's in this, and what is he up to?
Piece of shit in this.
Yeah, he's up to no good in this movie.
He puts a bad name on composers. Let's just say that.
He Edward Burns Cameron Diaz in a really bad way. You see? Because he's fucking his 24-year-old receptionist at work instead of her. And he doesn't like the fact that she's a busy career woman and she doesn't have any time for him.
And she's bad at sex.
Yes, or so he says.
So he says.
I think really he was just projecting. I think that's what was going on there. But
One of them was being lazy.
and I think Jude Law would agree it wasn't her. But we'll get to
Or
that.
so he says. Or so he says.
Yeah, you never know. He could have been lying just to make her feel better.
Nice.
But yeah, so
There was a reason she was facing the other way.
Yep.
Oh, Mr. Holler. Oh man, you're getting in at least one sniper line with every episode now. But yes. So Cameron Diaz, of course, as anyone would, breaks up with this fucker, throws him out of her house, kicks him to the goddamn curb, and at the same time,
Despite what that fucking gardener was telling him to do.
yeah, that gardener, he had some sense Edward Burns did not have. But at the same time this is going on, all the way on the other side of the world, in our favorite country, England, famously, we love them on this podcast, Mrs. Kate Winslet, of course, is having a party at her work. She works for a newspaper, and she's a writer, and she's having a party. And there's this guy who, ever since Sam described him as knockoff Jude Law, I can't stop thinking of him that way. Rufus Sewell.
Yeah, I was waiting.
Who's also a
Wonderful
piece of
actor.
shit.
Wonderful actor. But ever since you called him that, I can't get it out of my head. So yes, also a piece of shit, because he and Kate Winslet were in a relationship for 3 years until she found out, just like Edward Burns, he was fucking somebody else in the office. And so then they broke up. But unfortunately,
Man, all the same.
what was the movie? Was it Replicator? Men are such pigs. Yeah, so basically they haven't been seeing each other ever since. But the problem is, our dear Kate, well, she's still in love. I guess you can say her heart has gone on. So, but yeah, when Jack died in the water, he didn't think this is where it was going to take her. I think he thought it was going to go better for her, but it's not. You know, she's being screwed over by this fucking newspaper guy. And then what happens at the night of the party when she's thinking, well, maybe I can try to strike things back up with him and maybe I can make it work. This motherfucker announces he's getting engaged to somebody else, and it crushes her. And she's just not happy about it. She cries the whole way home, and she just doesn't stop. And so these two women, they're at very unfortunate points in their lives where their relationships have crumbled and they're upset and they don't want to spend the holidays by themselves. So then they get on something I'd never heard of in my life before, a home exchange website where you can exchange homes with somebody for 2 weeks, no matter where they live. You just fly out and you switch homes for 2 weeks. And they decide to do that. So Kate Winslet comes to Los Angeles and Cameron Diaz goes to England. One of them got a better deal if you ask me. At least the weather doesn't suck in Los Angeles.
At least they got better food in Los Angeles.
Yeah, literally. They have edible food in Los Angeles. And it's
One of my
Merry
coworkers
Christmas,
and
not
I
Happy
were-
Christmas, you fucks.
And we drive on the right side of the road, you pieces of shit.
Yeah, literally. Mother, it's Santa
Almost
Claus,
killing
not
Cameron
Father
Diaz.
Christmas. God damn, they can't do anything right. It's just unbelievable. Anyway, I digress.
Yeah, one of my coworkers were shit talking British food the other day at work. Yes.
There you go. Good.
He started it too, and I was just like, oh yeah,
I
this is
hate
my
flow
opportunity.
through you.
The opportunity ariz.
But yeah, so they travel to these places, and then they get into some interesting relationships. Cameron Diaz is in her nice little English cottage, and she's like, "Oh fuck, why did I do this? I'm so bored. I'm just gonna go back home tomorrow." But then, our dear Cameron, well, let's just say, she learns the meaning of Jude Law in a semester abroad. If you know what I'm saying.
He laid down the law inside of her.
Absolutely. She fondles Diaz nuts. If you know what I'm saying. But so Jude Law, who's Kate Winslet's brother, he shows up to her door one night, drunk as fuck, coming home from the pub, and he needs to take a piss.
Pub.
The pub, and he needs to take a piss, and he's not expecting to see Cameron Diaz at the door. And can I just say, wouldn't it just be nice if life worked that way?
I was literally thinking
you
that,
just
yeah.
walking along, you open the door, and Cameron Diaz is just standing on the other side, and she says, "I want to have sex with you. Would you be interested in that?" Just, if only life could be like that for all of us.
But also, if only life could be like you're just chilling and Jude Law is at your door and like you're just like, okay.
Very
My
fair. It
whole
also
book-
goes the other way. It also goes the other way. If only you're very true. But yeah. So they have sex right then and there. That very night, because she is feeling lonely and he's drunk. So what better time to have sex, right? And so then Kate Winslet is in Los Angeles, and she's chilling in her new home. And who shows up? Why, Mr. Jack Black, of course, returning for his third appearance on our show. And Mr. Jack Black, well, he's a film composer. And he was friends with Cameron Diaz's ex, who was also a film composer. And they, slowly but surely start striking up a romance of their own. And again, Sam, you're going to say it later. I'll go ahead and just do my own version of what you're going to say right now. And just say, fuck Jack Black for living out my dream in that he just meets Kate Winslet and gets to be with her and shit. Because that's my dream, goddammit. And it's never coming true. But Jack Black got to live it out.
The key is running into these hot women when they're in the most vulnerable, fucked up times of their life.
Yeah.
But see, Matt, it's not just hot. Like, Kate Winslet is in a class of her own. Now, boys, everything I've ever said about anybody else on this podcast whose name was not Jennifer Aniston meant nothing.
So Catherine O'Hara, who was you were just talking about,
Kate Winslet is in a class of her goddamn own. That's like in Friendship, to quote Connor O'Malley, that's just like not even a sexual, just like I just want to have a relationship with that girl's soul. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. But yeah, so fuck Jack Black for that. And also in the mix, we got Mr. Eli Wallach, who is the next door neighbor where Kate Winslet is staying. And he's a legendary screenwriter who's getting up there in age. And they want to give him a tribute. And she strikes up a friendship with him. And yeah, things go from there. It's a lot of things. It's tender, it's sweet, it's funny, it's romantic. It's what you expect from Mrs. Nancy Myers. This is my first movie of hers, by the way. That was a big director to cross off my list of ones I'd never seen anything from. And yeah, rom-com queen, right up there with Nora Ephron. They were the two kind of pillars of that genre for a long time. But yeah, what did you guys think? I know you'd both seen it before. This was my first time.
So yeah, my mom fucking loves this movie, man. She used to watch it all the time. She would always be like, "You need to see this movie." And this is obviously back when I was like, late middle school, high school, early high school specifically, where I was like, "Fuck these kinds of movies. I don't want to see this stupid fucking movie." And I watched it because she was like, it's about movies, right? And I was like, I don't give a fuck. This boring rom-com ass shit. And then I eventually did watch it on my own. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. Just all right. Seemed a little too convenient, like we were talking about. Everything just seems super hyper convenient, which I know some rom-coms do that, and I don't mind it. But this one just seemed annoyingly convenient, and everyone was just like annoyingly charming. Like Jack Black is really good in this. I love his character, but also just ain't no way he's pulling Kate Winslet. Sorry.
Oh.
Ain't no, like, he pulled what's her face? I cannot say her name. Shassaman something or whatever. That girl, the actress girl that he was with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, ain't no
But he's a
fucking
film
way.
composer. That's what happens when you make it into the business.
Ain't no fucking way. Anyways, but still, I had a better time with it this time. There's a lot of cameos and stuff that I was like, hey, like Catherine Hahn and John Krasinski, or jump scare James Franco and Lindsay Lohan.
Jumps.
Dustin fucking Hoffman.
Yeah, well, that's what I was about to get, the Dustin Hoffman scene, because that one's the most caught off guard when he just starts doing it and they just cut to him and you're like, what the fuck? And then his line, he just looks and he's like, can't go anywhere.
I
uh,
read so fun fact about that. I don't know if you read this. Literally, the way that scene came about, it was not planned. It was not scripted. Dustin Hoffman was just driving to Blockbuster while they were filming. Just happened to stop at the Blockbuster that they were filming at, and Nancy Myers saw him come in and was like, "Oh, we're just gonna write you a scene," and that's
yeah,
it.
it's Nancy Myers. She gets to do that, and Dustin Hoffman's like, fine, yeah, I'll do it. I mean, I love that. And then, of course, the great Eli Wallach. He is terrific in this movie. He is the heart, in my opinion, of this damn movie. Love him to death. And yeah, I mean, I had a good time with it. It's not a bad movie at all, and there's a lot of good things, but it's too to me about its commentary on love was not that great or original in my opinion. And some movies can do that, and I just was like, yeah, is what it is. But and like also, I don't think home exchanges maybe they do,
It's a real thing.
but I just would never trust anybody to do that. Like you're just trusting a random stranger on the internet.
Completely.
But anywho, Sam, I'll let you take it away.
I was in it for the ride. Like I kind of locked in and just I had watched it at a bar about a year or so ago, and it was very hard to follow. But I remember being like, "Fuck you, Jack Black," for doing like watching, and fuck you, Hans Zimmer, fuck you, because you saw the scene that it had, and then it cut to the computer where he's writing the music there, and it's just like, I need to get a goddamn fucking piano in my house. I need to just start like stepping down and fucking start writing themes for people I know. It clicked really hard, and this was just very comfortable. I think out of the three, this was the most like I just sat back and just kind of like enjoyed it for what it was. Jude Law's sexy as fuck. Cameron Diaz sexy as fuck. Kate Winslet sexy as fuck. Jack Black sexy as fuck. Edward Burns sexy as fuck. And they
Eli
also
Wallach sexy as fuck.
Yep.
Yep.
And they make them look so humanistically ugly, if that makes sense. Like sometimes like these people like they're so
Maybe
attractive.
Kate Winslet for a minute, but like that was when she was like crying in her house, and even then,
But like you could tell that they had like Cameron Diaz purposefully seen as a very attractive person to the point that it's like a bit overbearing, and Jude Law just sometimes the faces that when it would cut to him in bed with her, I was like, you're making some weird ass fucking faces, and you look like a regular
not good at
person,
sex.
but you're not like attractive in that way. But you're always attractive no matter what, and all that
He's
kind of
making
stuff.
those
But he also
faces
had
like-
baggage. That's the issue. He had the baggage of
a child.
girls.
Fucking
Yeah.
Belcher, man. Fucking every. I can't be with you because I got two girls, man. Fuck those kids. I'll throw them in the oven, right?
God damn.
Hey, Cameron Diaz, my two kids.
My
That's fair. That's fair.
actually hearing the line where she was like, "Oh, divorce, of course," and all that kind of stuff, and then he's like, "No, widower," and I was just like, "Oh, damn," just like her, and that was awesome.
Yeah. So this was a long time coming. This also, Matt, was a year in the making for me. If I hadn't picked Die Hard last year, this was going to be my pick. So I was happy to finally get it on here this year. The reason I picked it is because it's funny. Like, I know this was a giant hit when it came out, and I know like it's a movie a lot of people have watched every year for like the last 20 years. It fucks me up beyond belief that 2006 is about to be 20 years ago. I just can't process that. But yeah, so I knew it was one of those kinds of movies, and it's obviously been beloved for a long time. But I had never like heard of it until like 3 or 4 years ago, when, because it seemed like it was around then, at least for me, I started to hear like every year everybody was talking about like, this is one of the best Christmas movies. I put this on every year. Like, that's when I started to notice like how many people loved it. They put it back in theaters this year. Like, it's this month, and I'm just like, because it's that big of a deal. Like, people are going to the theater to see it again, and I'm just like, oh, like, ever since it kind of caught on, I've been like, okay, I want to see this movie, like, you know, that everybody's talking about so much. It's become kind of like a modern staple of the Christmas season. So I was happy to see it, and I was going in like, okay, I'm expecting I'm gonna like it, but you never know. So let's just find out. And then it was funny. The beginning, it started off very like cliched, very like rom-com-y, very. I was like, oh, so this is going to be another Gary Marshall situation. Like, is that what we're in for? Is like that kind of movie? Not that it was bad, but I was just like, oh, it's a lot tropier than I thought it was going to be. And then like, but I sat here and I thought to myself, I was like, once it gets going though, we're just doing the setup right now. Once it gets going, once the couples get together and we start kind of moving forward with the story, I have a feeling it's going to pick up. And god damn it, I was right. And god damn it, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. This movie floored me by the time it was done. I felt like I'd been hit by a goddamn train by the time this was over. I felt shit. I was getting fucking teary-eyed. I was getting fucking emotional. I was getting fucking... This movie did it for me every which goddamn way you can. I fuck with it high key. It's one of my favorite things that we've ever done on the show. I loved it so much. Matt, to your point, I'm gonna push back a little bit and say I think that their relationships were very, you know, I think there were a lot of ways in which they were unique in the way that they talked about it. And I also think, again, they were very deep in the sense that, like, every one of the characters got a moment to really just, like... There was a scene where all 5 of the main characters just expressed what they felt and expressed, you know, whatever it was that was eating at them, whatever it was they felt towards the other characters, or whatever it was. Each of them got at least one moment. And in each of those moments, again, I just felt like everything by the time they were done speaking. I understood the people. I understood the characters. It was staggering to me. Some of the speeches, some of the monologues that they give in this movie, contrasting that with the super, super cliched opening voiceover that she gives at the beginning. Where I was just like, that opening voiceover she gives was incredibly like copy and pasted from every single rom-com you've ever seen. And that's why I was nervous. But then you cut from that to like the one she gives to Jack Black on the couch later. And I'm like, this is night and day. I can't believe how much like the writing improved as it went along. The story with Eli Wallach, as you said, he was the heart of the movie. The scene that probably went through me the most, when Jude Law gives that monologue about how much he loves her, when he says, I love you for the first time, I'm sorry, that hit me like a gut. And just like, it's not the moment you're expecting where she just says it back and they just figure it out. She doesn't say anything. And she's just like, oh yeah, that's really nice of you to say. I don't know what to say. And he's like, well, if the obvious response doesn't come to you immediately, then I guess it's best that we talk about something else. That was relatable. Like, we've all been in that situation where you fucking put yourself out there like that and you don't know how it's going to go, but you just take a shot. And then you feel like a complete fucking idiot afterwards when you don't get the response that you wanted. Like, I was relating to so many of his fucking scenes, in particular Jude Law. Only time in my life I've ever related to Jude Law in any way, shape, or form. But, you know, there's so many of his scenes, like the scenes where he's talking about, like, she's like, I don't understand. Why did you lie to me about, you know, having kids and being a widower? And then his whole response of like, yeah, well, you know, if I tell that story, then I'm this and I'm this and I'm this, and I can't just be myself, and I can't, like, there were so many scenes like that were really real to me, and were real, like, despite the pleasantness of the setting, and despite some of the tropes that you get in the movie, when it came down to brass tacks, I thought they were expressing real shit, and that's why it won me over. Like, I think in the end, that's why it connected with me, and I think all of the characters had a moment like that. And again, Kate Winslet, I related to her character very much as well. That scene towards the end where she's telling Rufus Sewell off, and she's just like, you know, I was there for 3 years, and you didn't want anything to do with me. And now you've just decided, like, that was really relatable. Like all of what they were saying to me was just real shit. And yeah, just incredibly well written, incredibly just heartfelt. Even the like more cliched moments, like Cameron Diaz turning the car around and going back and everything, that shit just
Running
hit.
in heels.
You know, yeah. At least she wasn't running from a T-Rex.
Yeah.
But
Speaking of,
yeah.
uh,
But
the
I genuinely
cinematographer of this did Jurassic Park.
Dean
so-
Cundy, yep, that's exactly
Yeah.
right. Exactly right. But yeah, I don't know, like even those moments like because I've said it before. I don't even mind. I don't think this was like to me. This genuinely had a lot of heart and a lot of good writing and a lot of like stuff to it that made it hit. But and there are a lot of other things I could say about it as well. Like when we get into it more. But like I just even the movies, even the rom coms that are more formulaic and have more familiar beats. If you have enough heart behind it, you're gonna win me over. Like I'm a sucker for a good rom com, always have been. As long as you have some genuine heart behind it and you make me care about the people and you make me care about the relationship, then you know you're going to win me over in the end. And this one did that 1,000 times over. So
Completely. No, I really found myself enjoying both stories quite a bit, but specifically, I think when Kate Winslet sees his, um, we've been talking about him and now his name left me.
Jude
Um,
Law?
no, um,
Jack Black?
the old man.
Eli Wallach.
Thank you. Sorry, sorry. Um, sees his like living place and just invites him to dinner. It's just so touching, and just the fun they had, and how much she made of her trip, and how much Cameron Diaz made of her trip were just both really well developed and just enriching for the characters. I think, even with like the fact that it is just a holiday movie, it almost is more of a New Year's movie to a degree, to where, but not because of the fact that like that's one of the older holidays, but like you don't really see Christmas that much. They don't really like kind of make that a big kind of deal. It's just the time, but
They
then
do
you
make
actually
Christmas
see,
Day 2 times bigger and in red, but not Scorsese red, like a
yeah.
yep.
Most jarring thing I had ever seen in my life was that whole segment.
I swear to God, because it's Lindsay Lohan, and then they just pan down, and James Franco just turns around, and I'm like, ah.
I swear to God, they use a cut from Spider-Man with his eyes in part of the trailer, but
I also loved the Cameron Diaz constantly having the voiceover narration playing. That was funny.
Yeah, that was actually, I forgot about that. That was a good joke.
The editing was also fucking amazing as well. Like all of the transitions, the scene transitions were just like, like the scene where like she like splashes. She's driving the car and she splashes in the puddle, and then it cuts to her in the bathtub. I was just like, God damn, that was amazing.
Yeah, you guys have seen Eddington, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when Cameron Diaz is singing Mr. Brightside, I just thought of that one scene where Pedro Pascal gets shot through the window, and I was just kind of waiting on that to happen. Just boom.
That would have been a turn.
I don't know why. I was just like, shut the fuck up. Sorry.
I was thinking about her driver and how, like, in the end, when she's just like, and like he's like, why didn't he just? Are you okay, lady? Like,
Yeah.
she's clearly not, but he's driving.
Okay, so I don't know how either of you felt about this plot point, but legitimately to me, I feel like I'm pretty good at predicting predictable plot points. Like, it happens a lot where I'll say a line before a character says it. So I pride myself on being pretty good at that. So I feel like I'm at least somewhat qualified to say that the bit at the end when she finally cries in the car was not predictable and genuinely just hit me really hard. I don't know if either of you felt the same way. That really just touched me a lot. Because, like, about 5 seconds before, I was like, oh, God damn it, this is when she's finally going to cry. Oh, my God. Like, and that was just, I don't know, that was really just such a good payoff to that whole storyline.
Well,
But,
I would agree.
yeah.
Like, I made note for sure of the fact that she couldn't cry and everything, and when that happened, I was like, thought about that and everything, and it's just like, you got to go back there. I mean, no matter what, you got to go back. So
He made her what?
And as we know, grippy box.
Also, such a great touch because it's so well directed as well. And I read that apparently Nancy Meyers is famously very meticulous about shooting a scene. She'll do like tons and tons of takes to make sure she gets it exactly right. And there was a scene where just a quick shot where they're running through the field, like after they have their lunch date. And she like shot that scene so many goddamn times. And she had Hans Zimmer like meticulously compose a super specific piece of music for that scene to make sure that it was in the spirit of like the old screwball comedies that she was trying to pay homage to with this. And like she just worked really hard on making that the aesthetic to the point where Hans Zimmer named the piece for Nancy. That's the piece of music in the scene. So, but so there's
that
that
was kind of
attention
a
to,
middle finger, I think, but
maybe a little bit, but there's that
it's like, this
attention
isn't
to,
even for me anymore. It's just for you, bitch. Here you
there's that
go.
attention to detail that I love. But then I just love like it just like the little details that she puts in the movie that just makes it so much stronger. Like I don't know what it was, the touch of when Cameron Diaz runs back to the house. I was expecting like Jude Law to still be on the front porch or be walking home, and he turns around and sees her and she just runs up and kisses him or whatever. But the touch of him, like them showing him having gone back in the house and he's crying, like thinking that she's gone, and then he sees her. I don't know, man, that shit hit me hard. Like
I
just
enjoyed that
little
part, too.
touches like that just really fucking worked. And I can't believe I've gone this long without saying the entire cast is fucking amazing. All of them genuinely at the top of their game in this. Jude Law, Kate Winslet, Cameron Diaz, all fucking phenomenal. Some of the best performances I've seen from all of them. Eli Wallach, heart of the movie, wonderful role. Jack Black, this is maybe my favorite performance he's ever given, I'm not gonna lie. Just because it's so different, he's so against type, and he is so goddamn good at this. Like, because I remember, like, when I saw the poster, when I saw everybody who was on it, I'm like, okay, he's the outlier here. He's definitely the odd man out. The other three all seem like they belong in a rom-com, but I'm like, Jack Black and like a serious kind of rom-com like this, like that's a little weird. Holy shit, does he sell it? He sells it so goddamn well. He's so good at like, he doesn't get enough credit, and we've talked about it in King Kong already, and we're going to talk about it again, how good he is at playing against type. And he had one of the greatest line liveries I've ever fucking heard in this movie, which is when she has her whole big monologue about how she feels about, you know, having broken up with him and how empty she feels and everything. And when she's done, and he goes, well, fuck, you clearly need this more than I do. That shit floored me. I was like, oh my god, that was one of the best line deliveries I've ever heard. He's so good.
I love that. And then when he's like drinking, and he was gonna drink the thing, and then he was like, no, now I need something stronger, and she just immediately pulls out the stronger shit.
Yeah.
The vodka.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
so
just-
likable.
Yeah,
Like,
it really
just-
was.
And
I think all the characters were. I think that's what makes it work. It's just like they all have flaws, of course, and they all have like these like imperfections, but you know, they're all you want them to succeed, you know, and I don't know. It was really they all had good chemistry too. I would never have thought that Kate Winslet and Jack Black would have such good chemistry together, but god damn it, they sure did. You know? And I really just can't say enough about like I don't know, just how much it really just like because like I said, I'm a sucker for these kinds of movies anyway, but like I really appreciate it when one like again, I know it's been said that like with the rom-coms, you know, there's the tropes of like everybody's like got a super nice house and you know just meet super easily. Matt, you're not wrong about that. I mean, you know, that's definitely a thing in this movie and it's a thing in all rom-coms, but I think it's like while the setup at the beginning was kind of cliched, once they got in, once they really just like explored the characters, explored the relationships, and just like got to the heart of all that, that's what it's all about. And they did that as well as I've ever seen it done in any fucking, you know, rom-com. Like, I was a wreck by the time it was over. I can say that much.
I thought you said you were erect.
That's what I thought you said. I'm not gonna lie.
I would be okay if Kate Winslet left me wrecked. That would be A-okay with me.
Completely.
Amen. She can wreck me like the Titanic.
Goddamn right. I would like to point out the fact that I literally said out loud at one point in this movie early on when she was still sad and everything, like just I said out loud like Jack did not die on the door for you to be at this place in your life.
You had to get another Jack in her life.
Yes. How about not Jack, but Jack's son?
Yes. Yes.
Give that a try.
Yeah. Hate.
I'd like to think, I don't know. It pisses me off because she's currently married to Richard Branson's nephew, and I'm just like, why?
Oh, he's rich as fuck.
Yeah, and I'm just like, come on, I ain't got the money to compete with that. That's not fair.
Not many people do.
Clearly, Jackson has a side that he's swaying towards. But did y'all have a favorite story between the two?
Oh, it's definitely the Kate Winslet, Jack Black, I guess, too, if you count the. I would say Kate Winslet, Eli Wallach, honestly, but.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I mean, it
like-
literally is the perfect family at the end when they're all dancing and it's just like Jude Law, Kate Winslet, Cameron Diaz, and Jack Black. I'm like, God damn, the genes in that fucking pool.
For real.
Yeah, I wouldn't have, if Nancy Myers was still alive, The Holiday 2.
She's still alive.
Oh, then who died? Oh, Nora Ephron's dead.
All
my
right,
bad.
found out, yeah.
Yeah. But no, hey, Holiday 2. Electric
I'm
Boogaloo.
Electric Boogie. There you go.
Bring them all
Also,
back.
it's funny you asked that, Sam, because like I would be sitting here, right, and I would be saying like, "Oh, this storyline is definitely the one that like I'm more invested in," and then they'd cut to the other one, and I'd be like, "Oh, this is the one I'm definitely more invested in." And by the time it was over, I was like, "I just fucking love it all."
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're correct. The answer is Kate Winslet and Eli Wallach. Because weirdly enough, even though that's not technically its own storyline, I'm like, it kind of is, and it's kind of the best part, just because like he is just so, I don't know, just his role just really glues the movie together in a way.
I think-
Bro was 90 years old when he filmed this.
Damn.
Damn, he had it. He had it locked in.
Bro was still fucking getting it done.
I love the scene when he jumps up and like walks up the steps by himself.
Oh, I love that so
It's
much.
Perfect. Something I do want to shout out is the like, just the. You kind of point out how like people have nice houses, but the set design was really memorable because having the scene with Cameron Diaz and Edward Burns where she kicks him out and you get that door and her reaction when she closes the door and they're separated, and then having Kate Winslet and even enter the house, it really sucked me in of like I feel this home and what it is, and then having that parallel later with Knockoff Jude Law, and her being on the opposite sides of the door, just like Eddie Byrne and her and all that kind of stuff. It just so much just kind of paralleled and just connected in so many ways.
I also have to point out some of the dynamics between them are incredibly realistic, and I appreciate it, and unique in their own way, because that scene where it's Cameron Diaz and Jude Law at the lunch date, and she's telling him about like, yeah, most guys are intimidated by me because they don't like the strong working woman thing, and they don't like that, and he said like, she's like, yeah, that's why I broke up with my last boyfriend, he was really intimidated by it. Are you intimidated by it? And you think Jude Law, like in a lot of other rom-coms, Jude Law would just be perfect and be like, no, I'm not at all. But he's honest and he says like, I'm a little bit, but not much. And she's like, well, in my world, a little bit goes a long way. You're ahead of most people. I don't know, just that little tweak. I'm just like, that's a much more realistic way that conversation would play out, I feel like. Also, just thinking of things like that, Cameron Diaz, it is like unheard of, I feel like. It doesn't happen often. For a female character to admit out loud on screen that she's not good at sex, I feel like that doesn't happen in movies, and for that to be kind of like a plot point for her, I felt like
He
that
didn't
was
say
like,
she was good at sex. Eddie Burns.
no, but
said
she
she
says
said
it to him. She's like, I'm really
That's
bad
just
at
Nancy
this.
Myers coming through the screen.
but she says to Jude Law, she's
Yeah, to
like,
prove a point.
just so you know, I'm really bad at this. And he's like, oh, I don't believe that for a second. And she's like, no, it was brought up in my last relationship. So she has to learn. She believes it. So she has to learn through her experience with Jude Law that she's not bad at it. Edward Burns is just a dick.
But yes, so the holiday, we seems like we all enjoyed it pretty well. I probably didn't enjoy it the most, but I didn't hate it either. I wasn't not hating on the movie.
Frankly, was coming in being like, I'm kind of indifferent on it, but talking with you, Jackson, it made me really appreciate the movie a lot more. So that's awesome.
Well, I'm glad I could do that for you. And I don't know. I genuinely just like, I don't know. It fucking, because if you saw my review, you know I like to try to keep things close to the chest before the cast and not reveal how I feel. But I was like, fuck that. I'm telling the world right now, this movie made me feel shit, god damn it. I was getting all choked up and everything. So, yeah. Again, it's like, that's what I'm looking for in any movie. Mm-hmm. I don't give a shit, like, problems or this or that, little nitpick things. If you just are communicating like genuine fucking human emotion to me, you know, and like doing it in a way where it feels real, it feels valid, it feels like there's heart and sincerity behind it, that's all I'm fucking looking for. And this movie did it to me, like I said, like 1,000 times over. So I don't know, that's all you can really ask for. Anything else is just, you know, nitpicks for me. But yeah, so
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this 3 for 3 is a very special 3 for 3 because we officially have an extra little tidbit, an extra gift behind the tree, so to speak, a la Christmas Story. We have a mini review coming into you from us, making it 3-4 threes. As we talk about, ladies and gentlemen, a movie that we all didn't expect to all have to see, but we did, and we're going to talk about it anyways. The Grinch Who Stole Bitches.
Yeah.
And Glock We Trust, motherfuckers.
Glock We Trust.
Glock We Trust.
It is 100% the line of the century. T-shirt of the century. Movie of the century.
Yeah, the movie of the century. The Grinch That Stole Bitches. Jesus Christ. I was trying to figure out who's starring in it.
Starring Moneybag Mafia.
Yeah, Moneybag Mafia.
As the
Otis.
Grinch.
As the Grinch.
Otis.
Yep. Otis, Moneybag Mafia. Christine, Chrissy Cindy Jones. And directed by Malik Marcel. Written by Eric Hopkins and Malik Marcel. This is the story about the Grinch who gets out of he gets out of jail, and he's got to settle the score with Santa, and he does so by stealing all of his bitches and his gang's bitches.
I mean, how else are they going to eat?
Literally.
There's no way.
And, you know, he ain't selling dope no more. You know, he's just going to steal bitches. And this movie is on Tubi. It's about an hour and like 20 minutes.
It's an hour and like 10 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's really short, very sweet, hilarious, like funny in weird ways.
It was an hour and 5 minutes, and it managed to feel like the longest movie out of the 4 that we're talking about today.
I agree with you on that, actually. I'm not going to lie. I did feel like it took forever. And because like I think halfway through the movie, I had sent Sam a message and I said, I don't think Jackson really picked this movie.
But you did. You're real. The second that title left your lips, it was sealed.
This is my greatest.
Delivered.
This is my greatest contribution to the podcast. My greatest pick of all time: The Grinch That Stole Bitches. Truly.
The scene where he's getting head and then sees his son and then is like, "That ain't my son." Just like, oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
But the shot of him like coming up, like lifting up, was just perfect.
It is one of the movies of all time. I can say that. It is one of the movies of all time. It was the director directed it, the writer wrote it, the actors acted in it,
yeah.
And it was one of the movies of all time. That is for sure.
When Santa's talking to his dad, and his dad's like, "You've been fucking up. You lost Mrs. Claus. Ain't nobody ever done that in the history of like being Santa," or something like that. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Bro did fuck up. And also when the Grinch is like, "The unmitigated gall," I lost my fucking shit.
I did for your information, watch the credits.
Aha!
I did see the bloopers. And he
Bloopers.
fucked that line up several times.
That was also funny.
Yep.
The bloopers were actually pretty good. It showed they had at least had a good time. You could tell they had a good time when they're making it though. But yeah, I don't. What do you guys have any comments? I just wanted to bring it up since we all did watch it.
Just absolutely insane. Can't believe it exists, but I'm so happy it does.
Easily one of the worst movies I've ever seen, but it's
Got a lot of heart.
There are it does.
I just
but
threw
it's-
up on my fucking jacket, which is probably
no.
her review of the movie. Because
It says it all. But it genuinely, there were parts of it that were fucking hilarious. There were parts of it where I was like, oh, this is just really bad and poorly made. It was like a combination of just kind of, it was walking that line the whole time. But it was funny for what it was. It was just like, wow, I can't believe this exists. I can't believe that this is on Tubi. I can't believe
upsets
that.
me.
Yeah.
The opening the song, the rap song too. Amazing.
It had the idea of when I made that short film for class that with you, Matt, that I wanted the shoulder talking to him.
Yep. It really literally had that same thing.
That's probably how it would have looked.
It would have had to because there's no other way.
No clue.
Yeah.
So,
Oh man.
Yeah.
No, I did have fun with the movie, even though it was kind of dumb. And the audio, did you guys notice the audio kept like getting really quiet and they would just
Did I notice? Jesus fuck, how could you not notice? I had to keep adjusting my volume so much.
literally
Driving me crazy.
I was like, I thought it was me at one point. I was like, am I going deaf or something? Like right in the middle of this movie? Is this gonna be the last thing I hear?
I will say this, the one actor in the movie who actually was like a decent actor was the guy who played Santa. And I looked it up, and he's the only one who's like got more than just this on their IMDb. So I'm like, oh, so he's actually been in stuff. That explains why he's the best actor in the movie.
we gotta get a fucking A-lister for Santa, just like Ed Asner. So
Well, of course.
Yep. And I don't know. I'm trying to think of the other shit because it's been so long since I've seen the movie. But
It's
when
kinda
he comes out
hard to-
tweaking, and he's like literally tweaking with his socks like
yeah.
half off. I'm just like, and then he just steals that girl's shoe, like the shoes off the girl.
I wore my McDonald's Grinch socks while watching it, and it felt good.
Hell yeah.
It's kind of hard to tell. There's no plot. There's no plot in the movie, so it's kind of impossible to talk about. He just
Well, the
steals
plot is
steal
him
bitches.
stealing bitches.
Yeah, what'd you
He
He
do?
literally
bitches.
steals bitches, and then they go crazy, and they have to like have a mob show up at his house to get
Yep.
their bitches back.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking joke that got me was I can't remember exactly what it was, but it's like when they're all in the group, and he's like, we're whack or something like that, and the guy's like, yeah, and he's like, no, I was just, he's like, I was testing you.
Yeah, he genuinely is a bitch. That's why I knew he was going to say it. But the rest of y'all are cool.
Yep. I thought it was funny. I was like, okay, that was funny.
A couple of the scenes with the mob, yeah, were funny. Where he's just like, man, bitch, I don't know, man. Like, I can't cook. I can't do shit. She got to come back, God damn it, and shit like that. I was just like,
Taking the mic from her.
They stole our hoes. I mean, our wives.
That's right. Yeah, every now and then you'd get like a pretty funny line in there, and just the scenarios were so nuts. I mean, the whole thing was just like, wow. Again, that was mainly what I was just thinking the whole time. Was like, wow, this is a thing I'm watching. This exists.
They made this.
They made this. They definitely did.
And that's funny because when you see in the credits too, the camera they had was not a bad camera. I was looking at the lens they had, and I was like, why does it look like they shot it on a digital camera? Like just like a regular ass digital camera. When I know for a fact they had like a decent camera. Sorry, that one pissed me off a little
It was
bit.
really funny to me how there was absolutely no production design whatsoever. They were clearly just filming in each other's houses and shit. I was just like, yep, that's pretty funny. Kind of adds to the low budget charm of it.
Yeah. It is funny they left that one blooper in there of him like doing the head bobbing or the dick sucking thing. And I'm like, that's borderline sexual assault if she wasn't laughing.
Yeah.
And they kept it in as the blooper. And I was like, that's a borderline because she at least was like, she found it funny, I guess.
I guess.
Or,
That's
yeah, it's out there, ladies and gentlemen. If you have the ability to watch it, to get through it, if you're
you
made
for sure
of
have the ability because it's on Tubi, but if you have the inner
I feel
strength,
like this is the most
I got my
accessible out of
coworker to-
everyone to pick. This is the
I get-
most. I can put this on and be like, all right.
I got my coworker to watch it yesterday at work on our work computer.
about to get fired for that one.
He didn't
Hey,
finish
Cards.
it, but he at least got like 20 minutes in. And I was like, okay. I got him interested. Yeah, it was funny because in the first like 5 minutes, because I told him like, yeah, it's pretty bad and all this stuff. And he's like, is it funny? I'm like, it is in parts. And then about 5 minutes in, he turns to me and he goes, I'm sorry, Jackson, but this is kind of goated. And I'm just like,
I told you,
mean,
people like this
I
shit.
didn't. I meant to say I sent Devon a video of it, and Devon was like, "I'm watching that this weekend" because like he already had plans to watch it with and talk to people about it. So
It's funny because when I looked on Letterboxd, two of my friends from McKay's had this on their I want to watch this, like want to watch, and I'm like,
It's
how the
catching
fuck do you
on.
guys know about the movie?
it's catching on. I'm telling you, I've been seeing shit for it. And it's funny because it came out last year. So it's just been sitting there for a whole year. And then finally this year it like caught on.
there.
I'm like, okay.
Cult classic.
It's like Christmas War of the Worlds. It's getting attention for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
And all the right ones, really.
All
True.
the right ones.
But yes, well, has been our very special Christmas episode of 3 for 3. We hope that you like, subscribe, comment, vote in the polls, and let us know what you thought your best movie was. We are going to include The Grinch That Stole Bitches in that, I hope.
That will be in the poll.
I'm
So you can vote.
4-3-4 for sure.
3-4-3-4.
Yeah.
But are we all 3 for 3?
I'm most
Yeah.
certainly 3 for 3.
3 for 3. Hell yeah. Been a good Christmas. We
It's
will
a
see you all.
Christmas miracle.
Yuletide's a bitch.
Yuletide Glee.
Only got one left.
Yes. And so Happy New Year's next will be our next special.
Good.
And we'll be coming at you with 3 New Year's movies and hopefully some resolutions that we can follow through on.
I ain't following through with shit.
And a
Glock We
Auld
Trust.
Lang Syne.
Yes. As we remember last year, as we discussed last year.
My
And we
horrible
can't forget the old acquaintances.
But are we supposed to remember or not forget? Remember that we didn't forget them.
Foreshadowing the episode we have coming after the New Year's special. Rest in peace.
R.I.P. Well, thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you next week. Did I tell you guys I was at a
If you see Ben Affleck's giant fucking teeth, just fucking knock him out.
boom.